Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to week 6, lesson 2. Today we're going to look at a couple examples of naming organic compounds. We're under distance learning week 6 in Google Classroom. You'll see the agenda for today to view the video explanation and overview of the lesson. And then we've got hydrocarbon naming. So the hydrocarbon naming Word document would not convert into a Google Doc. So I created a answer sheet down here that is a Google Doc that you can type your responses into on this Google Doc. And we'll go ahead and grade that portion of this for today's assignment. What I'd like to do with you next, though, is go over some of these organic naming examples. So we're going to take a look at these 4 examples of naming organic compounds, and we're going to look at kind of some branched structures and naming some alkenes as well. So this first one is this first structure we want to go ahead and name, and we want to look at the structure, and the structure is how many carbons long. That's the first question. What is the backbone of the structure, or the longest carbon chain? Well, if we count up the carbons, you can see that there's 4 carbons. Okay, so we're going to create a Google Doc here to be able to answer these. The root, if you go back to the notes from lesson 1, the root for 4 carbons is bute. And then we know that we have a double bond. So the double bond is going to give us a ene suffix. At this point, we have butene. Problem is, butene tells us we have a double bond in 4 carbons somewhere, but we don't know the location of the double bond yet. So if we go back here and look at our example, it would be right after this first carbon. Okay, we have to count these or number these, so the double or triple bond is at the lowest possible number. So that is a rule that we need to keep in mind. So this would be 1-butene, okay, for example number 1 on our example sheet today. So if we go down to example number 2, example number 2 has 4 carbons in the longest line. It doesn't matter if we count up and go left, or if we count right to left or left to right. We've still got 4 carbons, and we've got 1 carbon sticking off of that branch. So again, 4 carbons is bute. The suffix is going to be ane for all single bonds, right? So note that all of these are single dashed lines connecting the carbons. So this is going to be an ane ending. So that's butane. Okay, we have a branch right here, and this branch would be at the second carbon. This little branch sticking down is attached to the second carbon. That little single carbon branch being at carbon number 2 and being 1 carbon in length is going to be 2-methyl butane, because butane is the parent word. Okay, so we started with the 4 carbons, the suffix, and then we went to the location and how many carbons were in that location of that branch. So this would be substance number 2, 2-methyl butane. All right, let's look next at number 3. Number 3, if we count left to right, it's 4 carbons. If we count from the bottom up and to the right, that's going to give us 5 carbons. So we are going to want to go from the bottom up to the right. Again, we want to number it so this double bond is at the lowest possible number of carbons. So we're going to want to count from the right hand end so that this double bond would come after carbon 2. So that would be 2-pentene, 2 for the location of the double bond, pent for 5 carbons, and then the ene ending for the double bond. All right, so that doesn't take care of everything though, because we've still got this C group over here off of what would be the 3rd carbon. So carbon 1, carbon 2, where the double bond was, and then carbon 3 has this little side branch methyl group off to the left. So we do want to number that 3-methyl for the side group, and then 2-pentene would be the parent chain name. So number 3 would be 3-methyl 2-pentene. On number 4 down here at the bottom, we've got a total of 5 carbons in length if you count them up, and our triple bond is after carbon number 2. We want to count to give it the lowest possible number. So that would be 2-pentyne. The YNE ending is for a triple bond here. So those 3 lines after the second carbon are a triple bond, giving us the YNE ending, the 2 in the front telling us the location of the triple bond. All right, so hopefully that helps get you started. You're just doing the first 3 pages of the organic hydrocarbon naming assignment here. That goes down through problem number 15. Okay, so that's where you're going to stop on your answer sheet for today. So refer back to this, pause the video if you need to, and come back and study some of these 4 examples if you need to, or look back at lesson 1 where we went over some examples and talked about some of the things in the notes. If you get stuck, reach out via email or through Remind, and I'll try to help you as best I can here remotely. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck.